Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm Mary Felling, physical therapist, and today I'm going to show you a wonderful myofascial release technique that helps open, release, and soften and lengthen the outside of the lower leg, behind the outside of the ankle bone, and below the ankle bone. This is a great technique for all of you racket players, so whatever racket sport, tennis, pickleball, if you're on the court playing basketball, if you're a runner, all of those activities really benefit from a nice release around the ankle muscles, the ankle fascia, because that gets so overused when you're playing. Let's get started. All right, so today the only thing you'll need is an exercise strap. You can either have a plain strap or one that has the little loops in it. Either work just fine. If you need to go find something in case you don't have a strap, you could use a belt from an old robe. You could use a very long scarf. Make sure it's about 4 feet long. And if you need to do that, pause the video here and then come back and restart when you've got that strap or that piece of cloth. For the rest of you, let's continue. So you're going to take your exercise strap, and you put it around the middle upper part of your foot of the side you're going to work. That knee is straight, and you want to bring it across your body. So I'm not in front, I'm not out here. I'm really got my ankle even further over than my knee or the ankle of my bent knee. And then in this position, cross that other leg over top so that your knee is resting against the bent knee side. So your straight knee on the side you're working on is resting inside the leg of your opposite leg. And that'll keep it over you. That way it's a nice way to anchor and stabilize your leg so you don't have to work to keep it over to your side. On your straps, you're holding the end, and you just want to make sure you've got a little pull on it to help bring the foot so that the sole of the foot is starting to face away from the front of your body. And you'll feel this nice elongation on the outside of the lower ankle. You'll feel it behind, back in the calf. And we're timing, so we've got that timer started. Your spine should be nice and tall. Your shoulders are relaxed. I'm not like this. I'm all nice and relaxed. My spine is tall. And because we're doing a myofascial release technique, we're going to be here 5 minutes. And just as a reminder, the 5 minutes is to allow the piezoelectric effect to be elicited. So when we put a mechanical energy into the human body, for a minimum of 5 minutes, this bioelectric flow starts. It's called the piezoelectric effect. And that bioelectric flow moves through the fascia. Fascia is kind of like the copper wire in our body. And as that effect, that piezoelectric effect, bioelectric flow moves and it gets to the areas where there's tight, tendinous, myofascial restrictions that are all glued down and dehydrated, it helps those areas to start rehydrating, helps those areas to elongate and soften. Today we're going to do a minimum. I'm going to do my 5 minutes. That's a very minimum it takes to get that electrical flow going. I encourage you to do 6, 7, even 8 minutes. Some of the new theories, the research that's coming out is that at 8 minutes, there's something else that happens. So at 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, you get this electrical flow started, which helps release and open the tissues. And then at 8 minutes, a chemical is released in the area called interleukin-8. And interleukin-8 is an anti-inflammatory. So you've got this natural inflammatory now released in the area, helping to relieve pain. So if you can go to 8 minutes, it's great. If you want, you can stay in a myofascial release position for 10, 15 minutes. You won't injure yourself. What will happen is you'll get more releases, more elongation. So you can't injure yourself staying there for a longer period of time. So while you're in this position, some of you might be saying, you know, I really just feel this in the back of my calf. I feel this down at my Achilles tendon. That means you're so tight in your Achilles tendon, you can't even get a stretch and elongation going through the side, the back of the ankle and the side of your leg. So for you, it's probably good to do my calf release first. Go to that video that I have on my YouTube channel. And after you've done your calf release, then come back and do this and you'll get more out of it. You'll feel that low on the outside of your calf. You'll feel it down behind your lateral ankle, the outside ankle bone. That gets a lot of overuse and repetitive use through our lifetime, but it's rare that we can give it a good stretch or address it. So for you runners, soccer players, basketball players, tennis, pickleball folks, anybody who does any kind of a sport where you stop and start a lot, this is really good for your ankles because the ankles are constantly co-contracting in those kinds of sports, racket sports. And as you're there, you might feel, well, I feel kind of like something's released. That's a muscle starting to soften. And as it releases, you can just give a little more pull through the strap to keep bringing the foot around this position that it's in when it comes up and around the left foot. It's called supination. So you're just bringing it into supination. It means the bottom of the foot, the sole of the foot, is facing away from the body. Well, if my foot were here, it would be facing into the body. But right now, in this position, you want it facing away from the body. So keep that elongation, keep that mechanical energy in there by always taking up any slack once you feel a release. Just check again, shoulders are relaxed, spine is tall. If you're doing it like this, it changes all of the kinetic chain of events that go down to the ankle and you won't feel it as much. So make sure you're nice and tall. So you've got the right angles at the hip and the knee and up the spine that create that elongation and that mechanical energy down there at the foot. We need the whole body working together. All right, we're coming up to 5 minutes. These last 20 seconds, feel inside your body. Feel inside the outside of your calf, behind the calf, below the ankle, the outside of the ankle. What do you notice? Where do you feel tension? Where do you feel tightness? Because each time you come back to this position, you want to do this 14 days in a row to maximize the effects of it. And then after that, keep doing it for 2 to 3 times a week. So we're at 5 minutes. I'm going to have everybody just very gently, if you need to stop at 5 minutes, take the strap off, take the pressure off, bend your knees, come back in. For the rest of you, I highly encourage you to keep going to the 7 or 8 minute mark or longer. And then when you're done, obviously you would go to the other leg and do the same thing. Thanks for showing up today for yourselves, helping yourselves to heal from things that may have been there for years. It is possible to live a pain-free life, and this is one of the great ways you can do it in your own time and in your own home. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in our next video.